Oh, this doesn't adjust the camera. There we are. Yes. Mic check. Check, check. Yeah, sounds coming. Hey guys, what's up? What is happening? Close all this. Sorry. Cool. What is up and happening? What are you guys up to and listening to? I have some stuff I'm working on from hopefully a Monday review, but I'm not sure if I can finish the edit by Monday. Another audio file. Audio file meaning affordable audio file stuff. What is this? YouTube keeps adding some super chats. What is super chats? I keep saying the same thing each time and I never come in. Set a timer 30 minutes. What is this here? Ideas. What is this thing? Pick a goal. Okay, let's do 10 super chats. If we get this, I'll share. You should just. Okay, let's try this. I've never tried this before. Start goal. Let's see what it's about. YouTube's got all these new things. Hey guys, what is up? Suri, Nal, Lalit, A2 Motivation. What is up, guys? And welcome to today's. This is my first live, I think, for this month. Yes, I think this is. Last month also I only did one live. Yeah, man, I need to do more lives. August. Yes, first live, which is cool. Cool. So every time I've been coming here to a live, YouTube keeps telling me to start some super live. So I've started it. Let's see what it's about. I've never tried it before, but let's give it a check out. And I don't know if other people have gotten any notifications for going live, but I guess they'll come. Usually people start pouring in more at 9:30, 10ish. So I wasn't planning on going for over an hour today, but let's see. I'm not feeling it, but anyway, let's see. And then again, what are these? You guys have some crowns and all. Top fan. Okay, Lalit 50 XP. And then Suri 25 XP. Null 25. What is all this, man? I need to read up on what YouTube is up to. Under 5K. Um, if you're looking for wireless earphones, some of the stuff that I like is usually, well, Earphone is doing some good stuff. I've liked what JBL has, but JBL I don't think is under 5K. It's over 5K. What is the Tune Beam? The Tune Beam 2 in particular is quite good. JBL Tune Beam 2 is about 5.5, um, which I think is cool. 5.5 is pretty good value for what it has to offer. The Tune genuine, very properly done evolution over the first gen of TuneBeam. In fact, they've changed the design of it. I think there were a lot of people who had some charging issues with the TuneBeam, and they've changed the design on the TuneBeam 2 to avoid that same problem. So they've actually listened to a lot of their customers, which is uh, a good sign. Mostly large companies like that don't bother, but it's nice to see that they have bothered. So I like the TuneBeam 2s, but 5.5 grand. I think some of the earphone stuff, the Air Pro 4 is being sold for 7 or 8ish, which might be too expensive. So yeah, I will say TuneBeam 2 from JBL. Otherwise, if you're not so much into clarity and all that sort of stuff, the Realme Buds Air 5 Pro is nice. It does good for calls also, and it's more affordable now. I don't like the 7 Pro. They've butchered the tuning a bit. Even the call quality, I don't know if it's as good as the 5 Pro. And then IEM wise, something that's really good is the Kiwi's cadenza. That is sensationally good. And also, in fact, somebody just bought those from me. In case you guys weren't there for my last live, I had a garage sale, and I've still got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to sell to make space in my studio. So check the description of this video as well. These are all the things that are available. Let me see if I've put up the right stuff. Yeah, so I've got all these on sale. These are uh, all like final prices. Um, and if you do want them, do let me know. You'll have to send me an email. But yeah, I think the Kiwi's cadenza for 2999 as a brand new unit is pretty good value for money, because that leaves you with a little extra money to spend on a DAC amp. Uh, so yeah, I'd say that's generally a very good all-rounder for a start for sure for IEMs. Deadpool, hey, what's up? Any suggestions? I am under 5K balanced output with a little bit fun sound. Balanced output, I have not tested too many. In this price range, none. So I can't really say anything there. Um, Balanced, I've only tested the ET142 by SimGot, and I have also tested the Oriveti OD200, which had balanced output, which I, of course, paired with this fantastic little DAC amp. This is the Roses Elsa RZ550. This has now become like my go-to DAC amp. It's superbly powerful. It's got a 4.4 and a 3.5 mm, and the 4.4 actually has, sorry, the 3.5 has a 240 milliwatt output, and the 4.4 has a 300 watt milliwatt output. So it's pretty solid. It's a very serious little portable DAC amp. So I this has been my go-to for a while, and it's pretty neutral sounding, which is nice. I like sort of a very neutral, balanced sort of sound. So it's quite cool. EPC TP50 I have not tested. I have only tested the TP35. Let me just confirm that. And close all the. I've got a whole bunch of windows open for research. Um, EPZ TP50. Let's see the TP50. No, I have not tested this. The TP50 does look pretty cool. What is its output? Power output? This is on concept card also. Is there any mention of it being okay? Here we have 240 milliwatts. Okay, 121 milliwatts. So it's not as powerful as the one I just showed you. So the TP50 is not as powerful as the RZ550, and the RZ550 is more affordable on concept card. In fact, I've been wanting to make a review on it, so I'll do that one of these days, sometime soon. Does different IM produce different loudness? Because I need set. What I'm saying. So yes, Suri. Usually, some IMs have different uh, impedances. So if something's got an impedance of a resistance of say 15 ohms, it needs a lot less power to drive. If it's got an impedance of 40 ohms, you need more power to drive that. Likewise, that's the case with open back headphones for that matter. So if you're listening to a set of headphones, for example, this is the Sennheiser HD700, that's got a 150 ohm resistance. So if I boost my desktop amp, which you can see down there with Woody and Buzz on it, if I boost that at let's say 50% volume, those are more than adequate. Whereas if I plug in the HD800, that's a 300 resistance, that's got a 300 ohm resistance. The 50 out for percent output, it's definitely not as loud. So you have to give more volume. It depends a lot on resistance. Even speakers work this way: 4 ohm, 8 ohm speakers. There are some higher impedance speakers as well. So it will vary, of course. Sai, hi, what's up? Wait, Paul, which teachers is your go-to when you're out of the house traveling? Also, any plans start reviewing headphones? Which are some of your go-to headphones? Is a lot weird. Yes. Right now, my go-to that's on my desk is this. It's a very nice set. It's the JBL Tune Beam 2. Very nice, very comfortable. I've used this on a flight fairly recently. It's performed very well for ANC, I must say. It's very fun sounding. They've done a very good job with the tuning. It's not big and bloated like a lot of TWS earphones are out there. Um, Surprisingly musical sounding for a big brand. JBL in fact has been leaning more towards musicality, which I like, because there was a time when they were all about loudness and doing the mass tuning, which is loudness and heavy bass. But they've been pulling away from that for the last maybe at least the last 3 years. I've been buying their products, or getting products from them to review. They've definitely been leaning more towards clarity and overall uh, musicality instead of loudness. So I really do like what they're doing. So these are my go-tos for that. And when it comes to headphones, when I travel, I sometimes use my Sony XM4s. I have used the Yamaha E700A once, but I found those a bit too big and bulky. Everyone stares at you, also because those are huge. Also use a JBL Tour One M2 now and then, just to test it out and try it out. Uh, a lot of fun stuff, but each one has its own advantage, or should I say characteristic. But yeah, most of these headphones you see behind me are for listening pleasure. That's a Sennheiser HD800, Sennheiser HD700, Dynamic DT990. This, oh, which one is that? That's the Sony XM4 next to the Yamaha. And you can't see it, but there's another set of earphones here. This is the Yamaha EP70A, which is a neckband, which is a very nice sounding uh, neckband. In fact, it's very headphone sounding. It's very big in the bass, but balanced to a certain extent, so it's not bloated. And Yamaha has been making beautiful stuff, but I think they're leaning away from doing um, earphones and headphones for some time, because they have gone a bit quiet lately when it comes to that. Anyway, um, there you have it. Anyway, then moving on. Oh gosh, I've gotten an email from someone. Oh, how sad. It's somebody who wanted to buy the Hola from me, and it's been sold. Uh, So, guys, in case you don't know, I've got a garage sale that's still going on. You check out my description. I'm selling a whole lot of these review products that I've gotten. Uh, so, if you guys are interested in buying review products that have literally been reviewed by me and been treated with a lot of TLC, you guys will have to send me an email if you want to buy any of that. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Blonde version 1 for 3700. Wow. Blonde was sold for that much? I thought it was a lot more affordable. Didn't you really notice a huge difference compared to our the base response? Acha, Blonde V1. I'm reading it as something else. Like, what is the Blonde V1? Let me see. I don't know what the Blonde V1 is. Portable. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's a good price then. Because it seems to be going for about 4700. Wow, it looks nice. Does it have a balanced? Yes, it does. Okay, so let me read the rest of your question. You got the blonde. Didn't really notice a huge difference compared to the audiocular using the bass one definitely went up a notch and feels cleaner. Yeah, yeah. So, uh, Lincoln, when you look at DACs that are let's say $1,000, $3,000, and then you go to something that's 4,000, or if you jump from something that's literally 2,000 rupees and then get something that's 4,000 rupees, there's not going to be that much of a night and day difference for sure. There will be marginal improvements, and usually you need something that's very transparent sounding to be able to really identify and isolate what the difference is. So I don't know what IEMs or headphones you're listening to, but one thing I will recommend is listen to the blonde for maybe the next 24 hours or the next 48 hours, and you listen to the tunes you're used to. um, and after that, you need 24 to 48 hours for your ears and your brain to acclimate to the sensitivities and the differences in everything, and then plug in the audiocular and then see if there are differences in nuance as well. Excuse me. Now, having said that, the audiocular is a good piece of hardware. Yes, it is an affordable DAC amp, but the thing is, even stuff at that price, we've gotten to a point. Let's not forget, the audiophile hobby, the portable audiophile hobby, started kicking in um, maybe 10, 11 years ago. 20, when did I start getting it? 2014, 2013, 2014. And back then, things were frightfully expensive. In fact, the DAC amp that I have, the DAP and the portable amp I have, cost a lot of money back then in 2013, 2014. And the thing is, there was nothing affordable. The most affordable thing you could get, let's say, was around 8 or 9,000 rupees for a DAP, and then an amp was another 6 to 7 thousand, 8,000 rupees for a portable amp that was good. So we have come a very long way, and by that I mean the fact that you can get the D07 for, I think, what, 999 or 1,200 bucks, and then the DD Hi-Fi for about 1,999 or 2,999 or something like that. It's absolutely sensational that it's accessible to so many people. So the fact that we've had so many years of tech evolve, the D07 actually is a very good performer. My only gripe with it is I'm not too sure how good the build quality is. I think the build quality of your blonde will definitely outlast the DD Hi-Fi and the audio clear. But yeah, on a sound front, you need to spend time with it to really tell the difference. Don't do A/B testing where you listen to one for 10 seconds, take out the IEM and put on the other one, same IEM, different DAC, 10 seconds. No. Listen to the song carefully. Listen to the entire 3 minute, or listen to that blonde for the next 48 hours. Listen to nuances and then move to the audio clear. You might see a little subtleties with the audio clear. Like, things won't be as emphasized, recessed, stage might recede, imaging might be a little more rounded, it might not be as pin sharp. So these are the small factors, but again, you need very transparent headphones or IEMs to be able to tell that difference. Moving on, Lalit, I have budget is 6 to 7K at max. Do I alternate? Uh, VFM IM. What is VFM? Value for money. Okay. Does Hydis MS2 Pro satisfy? I really like the Hydis MS2. I presume you've seen that review. I think it's sensationally good, honestly, and specifically so because the things that I found really impressive were the ability to shift its overall characteristic with the different nozzles as well as with ear tips. There are some IMs that I've heard that don't make so much of a difference. This has been the most drastic in change. So if you shift between nozzles or ear tips or do your tip rolling, it can be three different sets of IMs by itself. So I think for the price, it's a very good set. Now it's not yet available in India as far as I know, but you can buy it off that hidis.net thing. They do global shipping, but I will say maybe wait it out a bit. Wait until it's available at either Concept Cart or Headphone Zone. So I mean, you won't get slammed with customs and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, the MS2 Pro is genuinely good. Now the thing is, the one thing I do want to do, I don't know if I have the time this month. I want to compare the MS2 Pro against the SimGot EW300, and I want to compare it to the Keyfine as well, the Delchi and or Clean, um, just to see because they're all in like a similar price bracket. So I'm interested to see how it will fare against them. But the thing is, if I do that, I will keep one set of nozzles on the MS2 Pro, and by one I mean the white one because that's the one that I like. But yeah, I'll say the MS2 is a very impressive set. Hydis really has done a good job with that. Uh, moving on. Got the Keyfine cleans per thigh. Keyfine cleans the detail retrieval for money seems quite nice. Paired up with an oil spark. Man, sounds so good. Yes, the clean is a pretty good set. I did like it. Minor differences compared to the Delchi, but I do prefer the Delchi. The Delchi is a little more expensive, but diminishing returns, man. So the clean is good to go. No problem. Shiv, hi. Which is the best I am under 10K? Personal preference is a little bass boosted with fuller, richer sound profile, sparkling treble. Not SimGod. Orivetti OD200. It's super value for money for 9,999. It's a very impressive set of IMs. I've got a comparison between that, the Meze Albas, and the SimGod SM4. So have a look at that review if you want to sort of understand which one's better. Also, at the same time, Shiv, if you're interested in the SM4 and Alba, I do have my review units that are on sale, and if you do want to buy them, they are down in the description below. I have mentioned the price. If you're interested in any of them by any chance, send me an email and I'll give you the rest of the information about them. Anyway, Varun, I just wanted to ask one word. Moondrop Chew, Tangzu, Wana, Cadenza. Moondrop Chew, I haven't tested. Tangzu Wana, I really like. Cadenza is also one of my favorites. Cadenza is more expensive than the Tangzu Wana. As far as I know, it's even more expensive than the Chew. But the Cadenza is a better overall set of IMs. It is more expensive. Parts are more expensive within it. It's got very good hardware when it comes to its sound equipment internally. It's should belong in the, I'd say, 4 to 6K price range, considering how good it sounds. So 2,999 for the Cadenza is super value for money. Consider that. Kuldeep Roy, hi. I have recently purchased an EW300 and EQ. Any EQ or hardware recommendations? It sounds different with every mobile DAC I've tested. Yes, Kuldeep, that is because the EW300 is pretty transparent by itself. The EW300 is usually paired pretty well, I'd say, with not that you need a powerful DAC amp, but I'd say you can get a good one. One that I really liked. There are two of my favorites actually. I mean, I do have the Audio Clear D07. I have the iFi Go Link. I do have the iFi Go Link, which is one of my favorites, but this has been one of my favorites lately. This is the Roses Elsa RZ550. It's a small compact little DAC amp. It's got a balanced output as well, but it's got a terrific amount of output: 240 milliwatts for the 3.5 mm and 300 milliwatts for the, I don't know if you can see that, for the balanced output, which is quite good. In fact, I've been wanting to review this just to put it out there and throw up an affiliate link also, because it's actually a very good little DAC amp, and I've not sort of gotten down to putting out this review of it. It's very neutral sounding, which is nice, especially if you're an audiophile and you want a balanced sound. It doesn't add too much color compared to some other DACs, but for the price, it's very good value for money. So I would recommend pairing your EW300 with something like that. Aditya, yeah, I replied to you, man, during the live. I'm fine. I waited for you, man. I actually wrote back to you, and I waited. Uh, but anyway, it's gone to somebody who loves music. And Sennheiser wired good. Oh, the Sennheiser wired earphones I've heard are fun. It depends on what your budget is. Usually, most brands that have 600 rupee, 400 rupee, 200 rupee, all that sort of stuff. There's only so much you can do with that cost. Uh, Usually, you start getting a sweet spot in the 2K range, 2 to 4, and so on. But yeah, Sennheiser stuff is good. I myself like Sennheiser, but I've not heard uh, any of the affordable stuff in a long time. Filtered high open back headphones under 13K. Wow. There was a time when Bear Dynamic had stuff, but I don't think they're selling in India anymore. Let me see. They used to be on Headphone Zone, but I don't see them over there anymore. Okay, I don't see them. But one thing I will say, filtered, if you are really keen on open backs, this set I have here, this is the Bear Dynamic DT990. I got this in 2000. Geez, 2013 or 2014, and it's still going strong. It's over 10 years old. It's a beautiful sounding set of headphones. A friend of mine didn't buy this. He bought the DT990 Pro. That is slightly more affordable. And I did a review on that. So go check out my review on the Bear Dynamic DT990 Pro. I came out with that review maybe in the first year of starting my channel, and it's a mad crazy good set of headphones. And by crazy good, I mean this headphone was originally made in the 80s. The 990 series by Bear Dynamic, DT990 series and 990 Pro, were originally made, I think, in 85 or 86, and they have stuck to the same design ever since then, because it's just that good. And when Bear Dynamic India was functioning here, I think they may have closed shop for now. Um, if you had any service, they it wasn't like you replace the whole unit like you have to do with wireless. They said if you have one screw that needs to be replaced, we'll change the screw. If you have one driver that's giving up or having trouble, we'll change the one driver. Or if you have a headband that needs to be changed, we'll change the one headband. So uh, it's possible to change these parts also, because this model has been actively been manufactured since the 1980s. So it's a good long-term set of headphones, and this is a testament. The fact that I've still got this after 11 years, I mean, should also state that it's a good long-term headphone. If at all, you might have to change the ear pads depending on your use. But yeah, I'll say check out Bear Dynamic DT 990. It's pretty cool. And yeah, if you can get your hands on it, of course. And you need a one thing I will say is you need a solid amp to drive them. So guys, I've been trying out some goal thing over here that YouTube's getting after me to do. We've got 4 minutes left on it, and I don't think anybody's seen it. Anyway, whatever, it's cool. Um, Moving on. Hey Raj, what's up, man? How are your IEMs treating you? Raj just picked up one set of IEMs during my garage sale, and I hope he's still happy with them. Varun, I please clarify. I got to know Android doesn't even play lossless bit perfect with the DAC because of default mixer. So what I've come to see with Android is when you have it in the normal mode, I think it does play around with stuff. So I've had to go into you activate developer mode, and you have to by play around. I mean switch off certain things. Like for example, I remember when I first tried out LDAC uh, with the Sony XM4, it told me it was playing back LDAC, but it actually wasn't. So it didn't sound like it was high res to me, and I was able to notice it because I I I know when there's more clarity coming in or not. So I read up on that, and I had to go into developer options and then go in there and activate LDAC, as well as go into the Bluetooth setting, into the settings option there and activate LDAC. Only then did it properly play LDAC. So by default, for some reason, it locks you out of this. I don't know why. Maybe it's to preserve battery, or who knows. But yes, it is a tussle to figure it out. I'm not too sure about this bit perfect stuff, but usually when I'm reviewing some stuff, I use it through from my computer, through my topping D50S DAC and my desktop amp, or when I do plug this in, I've my RZ550. I have it set up to uh, play through as cleanly as it can without any compression. There have been times when I've heard compression, and it's usually because there's something wrong with my Wi-Fi and it drops off and shifts on over to 4G. But that's usually only something I notice when I'm listening to very transparent IEMs. But yeah, I mean, every gadget you use has some drawback. For that matter, I've met people who've been using Apple Music and saying, "Oh, I love the high quality and all this sort of stuff." And I'm like, "Can I see your phone?" And I go into it and I see that the lossless option is not even activated. The high res stuff is not activated. It's still playing through some sort of compression. So there are people who don't know. So there are a lot of things you have to go through to figure out uh, exactly how to get you know high bit depth, or higher quality stuff. It's one of the curses of being an audiophile. It's some of the things you have to sort of tussle through and figure it out yourself, but that's also the fun of it, which is why I do like it myself. Anyway, moving on. Alden, hi. I recently bought the Nord 5. What DAC can I use? I've heard all DAC doesn't work with Nord. Well, now, man, I'll have to see what the Nord 5 is. What is the Nord 5? I don't know what the Nord 5 is. Nord 5 is a phone. Yeah, I have no clue. Don't ask me about phones, man. I don't know. How's Venture Electronics? Venture Electronics, I've reviewed maybe one or two products from Headphone Zone within the 2K pricings. I like them. They were nice. I remember. I don't remember specifically. The details of the product or the products that I reviewed, but I did like Venture Electronics. Sakti, hi. What type of ear tips do you recommend? So, I've just come out with a review on the Hydis MS2 Pro, and I'm usually not somebody who's into tip rolling and all this sort of stuff, but I really did like this C anemone ear tips. Very nice ear tips by them. They're super comfortable, and they balance out the bass very well to ensure clarity. So check out the Hydis C anemone. I don't know if they're available here or how expensive they are, but they were kind enough to send me a set with the IMs for review. So I really did like that. But yeah, I don't really do tip rolling and all. But I go through a whole bunch of IMs because I'm reviewing them. But I don't really have a daily driver for IMs. I've got one set of EA 1000s by SimGod that I usually turn to when I want to enjoy some music. So that's one of the things I do like. iBasso, I have not tested yet, Suri. I'd like to. I've yet to get there. Shiv, you say OD 200 is best for him. My budget. Can you suggest me portable DAC and price range? Yes, this Roses Elsa. I've tested the OD 200 with this RZ550, and it's got a balanced and unbalanced as well, a 3.5 and a 4.4, and it's a nice neutral sounding DAC amp, and it's very capable. and it goes for about four-ish, I think, on concept card. Now again, I don't have a affiliate link for this right now. I've not yet reviewed it, but go for it, man. It's cool. Uh, okay, let me try this again. Start another goal. We missed out on one goal, guys. I'm just trying this out. Okay, I've not done this before. I'll okay set a timer for 30 minutes, and after the 30 minutes up, I need to sign off because I'm not feeling it today fully. Okay, start goal. Let's just start try this for fun. YouTube's been getting after me to do this. Okay, so Akash, UAAP for playing flags. Yeah, so I don't do the flag stuff on my phone. I've got uh, uh, I've got something called Pine Play on my Mac. It's a very simple playback uh, sort of player, but it plays through completely unprocessed and whatever. So there's no fiddling of the file that goes on, which is quite nice. So I really do like that. Pine Player. I think they make it for Windows as well. Raj, I'm in love with the auditor, but right now the train is flying. It is still stuck. Okay, okay. To celebrate Rakhi, but good. So guys, Raj bought one review unit from me, and he's quite happy. He picked up the OD 200s, and I mean, they were practically as good as new. I treated them with love, uh, and I think he's really enjoying them now. So I do have a whole lot of other stuff that I've left in the description. If you guys are still interested in buying any stuff from me, have a look at the list of things that are still available. And if you want, send me an email and I'll communicate with you there. Tanmay, JBL Wave Beam 2. Are you asking about the Wave Beam 2? Because they've got the Wave Flex 2, Wave Buds, and Wave Beam. So these are the JBL Wave Beam 2s. I've had this for a few months now. I've been testing these for a while. My in-depth review is out. Feel free to go and watch that. I go into a lot of detail with the Wave Beam 2. It's actually a genuinely good set of earphones that I've heard from JBL. In fact, I think even said in my reviews that I find it very unlike JBL to have leaned in this way, because when I was growing up, JBL was, they had the Harman stuff. There was Harman Kardon sound bars, Harman Kardon speakers, Harman Kardon sound sticks, Harman Kardon headphones, and you had JBL headphones, speakers, and everything. And JBL was very bass happy. It was very loud. It was known for loudness and bass being used at concerts and all that sort of stuff. But over the last 3 years, I've been seeing them leaning more towards away from loudness, more towards clarity, performance for tightness in sound, detail, um, better structured musical presentation. And the Wavebeam 2 compared to the previous generation is exactly that. In fact, I've compared this with I think the Realme Buds Air 7 Pro, or was it the 5 Pro, and the Oppo Enco Air 3 Pro, and the OnePlus Buds 3, all in a similar price range. And I found myself preferring the JBL Wavebeam 2. Sound wise, ANC is at par with those, but sound was superior for sure. If you're into loudness, don't look at this. JBL has been sort of softening their equipment lately, and I think that's a good move because a lot of people's hearing is short. A lot of people's. So it's in a way encouraging people to appreciate music at lower volumes, which is good. And all in all, I do like it. In fact, I've not put it back in the box and put it, on my other desk, because if ever I'm going down for a walk or whatever, I'll pick these up and listen to them because they are genuinely quite good. So I'd say watch my reviews on it and sort of decide if it's for you. But I would recommend it. Moving on. Suraj, I wanted to buy a TWS 3K to 5K. I want great sound, good ANC. Can you suggest one? 3K to 5K, man. Look at spend 500 rupees more, 5.5K. You look at the JBL Wave Beam 2. Check out my reviews on it. I go into a lot of detail. if you want to know about them. I don't know about the Moondrop Chew DSP. I have not tested the Moondrop Chew 2 at all. Sudhanshu, hi, Paul. Have been watching a lot of reviews of yours lately. I'm looking for an upgrade over the Chew 2 by budget 5 to 7K. I like Warner SG a lot. Warner SG is within the 2K range, right? Your budget being 5 to 7K is much more than that. Um, I'd say if you are, I mean, the Warner is great. It's one of my favorites. In fact, I think I've got one up for sale. I've got one that's still available. I I sold one in my garage sale, and I've got another one somewhere here. It's a nice set of IEMs for sure. But um, if you've got 5 to 7K budget, I think you should look at stuff like the what Keyfine has. I think the SimGod EW300 is also within that price range. Your that budget you'll get something way better than the SG, and I mean by way better I mean richer in detail, better build quality, better cable, all that sort of stuff. So uh, you might want to reconsider what you want to spend on with that kind of budget. Zuko TV, hi. Planning to buy few GM21 DAP, but still in a dicey situation. Should I buy it or not? I mostly prefer online streaming music on Apple Music. Not ready for buying TST and Flag. Uh, how much is that DAP JM21? Let me see. Few JM21. Okay, so honestly, my take on having a DAP is, I don't like these new DAPs like your GM21 because it's a smartphone. There is no need to have this massive screen. I mean, you're controlling music, man. Like, I don't know if you've seen my. This is my setup. This is my DAP. This is all you need, in my opinion, for music. You just need a tiny screen, your navigation buttons or your scroll wheel selector, and then you need, just your a separate amp if you need. This has got a pretty good amp chip, and it's got a good DAC chip, and it's got two micro SD card slots at the bottom for FLAC files. Okay, so this is, I think, the ideal DAP. If you're looking at buying the GM21, which is basically a smartphone, use your smartphone, or for that matter, pick up a second-hand phone for 2 or 3 thousand bucks, and get Apple Music on it and use it. I don't see the need for doing that, because if you spend 2 grand on a smartphone and get a good DAC amp, let's say you pick up one of these Roses Elsa stuff with balanced output as well, you spend a lot less than 20 grand. But yeah, it's something extra to lug around. If you got the money to get the JM21, fine, go ahead. But to me, it's a bit crazy that music players have got such big screens. I mean, it's not like you're going to use it to play Candy Crush, right? So it makes no sense to me to slap on such a big screen. In fact, it irritates me that so many brands are doing this. Everyone's moved away, or is moving away from the whole uh, music immersion concept. Like everything has to be a smart screen for some reason. So that kind of gets my goat a bit. But I will say that it makes sense to um, pick up what keeps you happy. If you are looking at getting um, this that you want to keep for a while, I'm sure it'll last a long time, because these few products that I have been going on for more than, well, 10 years. So Fio does make pretty good stuff. um, but yeah, if you are uh, still streaming and stuff, I will say either continue using your phone or get a second hand phone if you want a dedicated music player, because I hate when I'm listening to stuff on my phone and I get a message that interrupts the music, or if I get a call that interrupts the music. It's very, very jarring. So I've never really liked that. Anyway, moving on. Lucky, hi. So I'm planning to buy an IM to hear every detail in instruments. My favorite songs similar currently on my mind. Yeah, the EW300 is pretty good, man. The EW3, in fact, the EW300 I've always considered a bit of an evolution over the EW200, or should I say the bigger brother of the EW 200. Very good performer. It's got terrific detail, and the depth and bass that the 200 was missing, the EW300 takes over very well. It really does a good job with that. And oh, if I'm not mistaken, again, I might have that available in my garage sale that is still live. Let me just see. Oh, I've not put it up for sale. I may not have put it up. Yeah, I don't think I've put it up for sale because I want to use it for one more review against the Hydis IEMs, in fact. But yeah, I mean from wherever Headphone Zone, Concept Card, it's a very nice set of IEMs. I really did like it. There's actually only one set of IEMs that I didn't like from SimGot, which was the 500 LM. Something was off with that, like the timbre wasn't right. There's something that messed up with that, but everything else from them I've really liked. Tanmay, how can I increase sound in JBL Wave Beam 2? Uh, it's not something I'd recommend, Tanmay, because everyone is doing this. They're playing music too loud. It's not good for your ears. And the thing is, once you lose your hearing, there's no way of getting it back. It's not like your eyes that you can put glasses and correct it. Um, like I myself listen to some um, music when I'm reviewing these things at maybe 50% volume. There are people who just go straight to 80, 90, 100%, and that is not good. That means your hearing sensitivity has been hit. And if your hearing sensitivity has been hit, uh, there's no real way of recovering it, sadly. So, increasing volume is one thing, playing around with an EQ is another thing. Uh, that's how you can increase the sound or volume of a earphone or headphone or IEM. Sudhanshu, I like the Warner SE sound signature, so looking for something similar in sound 5 to 7, like that. Okay. Um, the SG, the thing what I like about the Warner is that it had a certain element of warmth to it, which I really did like. Look at my review. Sudhanshu, look at my review between the Keyfine Delchi and Keyfine Clean. I've got one comparison between the both of them. They're both very, very nice IMs, and both of them have the warmth that I think the SG has. So maybe check out that review and see which one you like between them. Otherwise, also look at my review on the EW300. That's a nice set of IMs. Oh, wide IMs for laid back listening. At home, for TWS, what sound auditor. What sounds close to the OD200? Well, the OD200 has its own sound, man. Like it's a bit mid forward. It's a bit hefty in the bass. Um, Something that's like the OD200. That much bass, I don't know if there are any. See, you won't get a tightness in bass with the wireless earphones. That's the problem. Maybe the Earphone Air Pro 4 might suit. It won't be exact, obviously, but it's a surprisingly well tuned set of earphones. But if you're looking at audiophile stuff, I will rather recommend the Free Pro 3, the Earphone Free Pro 3. Watch my review on that. It's actually a very good sounding set of wireless earphones that I properly think is audiophile grade. In fact, I think the only ones that I really liked on an audiophile level were the Yamaha E3Bs, um, the headphone zone. Which one was that? The Lipotech Z3 was okay. It was fun, but it was no Yamaha E3B. Um, but yeah, I think the Free Pro 3 from Earphone is good, and it's I think 6-7 grand. Very good set of earphones. Nilanjan, hi. What's better? Let's show as Tangim I have not tested any of these, Nilanjan. Sorry, I can't guide you with these. OD20 is my first step to a kind of premium. I'm connecting with what you were trying to convey in your videos. Reviews are really helpful. I'm happy that you find them helpful, Raj. You should try Chew too. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to. It's an older IM also, no, and I've got some that I'm reviewing now. Prathamesh, best for movies 2K, FIO JD1. I like that. It's my go-to for most people in that price range. It impresses anyone. Yeah, it's got that kind of tuning. Lucky it works fine with me. Okay. Yeah, the D07 is a good little DAC amp. Thanks, but I got confused. JBL Wavebeam or JBL Tune Beam? So Wavebeam, which is the Wavebeam now? I was talking about the Tune Beam. There are too many iterations. Yeah, I tested the Wavebeam 2 as well, and I did like it. Yes, the Wavebeam 2. I tested the bluish ones. They are also nice. Check out my review on that. I mean, if you have TuneBeam 2 money, if you can go for that, I would recommend that. You get a lot more features and slightly more premium sounding. The Wavebeam 2 is slightly more budget. So if you're trying to save money and you want to go for that, it's also good. But I really do like the TuneBeam. The TuneBeam is well worth it. I find it warm, but at the same time very sparkling highs too. Great price performance ratio. Yes. Yeah, the Warner is good, Raj. I'm definitely. But one thing I've always found is, I've recommended Warner to a lot of people, but what I found is the mistake is that when you recommend the Warner to somebody who's when you recommend the Warner to somebody who's new to the hobby, they don't or aren't in a position to appreciate what the Warner is capable of. The Warner is more, I'd say, for a seasoned audiophile. The Warner is something that will be appreciated by someone who knows what to look for. Because it's in the subtleties. The beauty is in the subtleties with the Warner at that price. But if you give that same Warner to somebody who's not into the hobby, they're going to hear it and say, "Oh, it's flat sounding. It's not great. There's no separation, and so on." But the thing is, the way it's done is it's done in a more mature manner. And the Fear JD1, things are more emphasized, sharper imaging because the upper mids and highs are tweaked to a certain extent. So it's a little more shrill, for lack of any other word to think of right now. And then emphasis in the low frequencies. Now it has good separation, it has good bass response, it has good sparkle in the highs for sure, more than the Warner. But because of these elements and how it's tuned, a beginner is going to hear the JD1 and say, "Hey, listen, this is 10 times nicer than the Warner." But if you put that same setup, if you give it to a seasoned audiophile, he's going to say, "Man, JD1's too bright. It's too brittle sounding. The bass is a little too bloated. All these factors," and he's going to go towards the Warner. So that's why I recommend the JD1, because the minute you get a new uh, potential audiophile into the hobby and give them something that they won't understand, they deem the hobby shit, or they deem the product nonsense because they don't get it. It's something that has to be acquired. There are very few people who get into it initially and say, "Oh wow, this is beautiful." That percentage is very small. So that's the main reason why I sort of do that. um Sugar, hi. So this is good. I am under 10K. Good audio vampires. Amazing album. Anything else? Under 10K, man, the go-to one has been the OD200 for 9,999. It's a very good performer. I really do like the Meze Alba myself. In fact, I've got one on sale right now. It's a review unit. But the Alba, I believe the DAC amp that comes with it, that's provided, is its downfall. Once you pair the Alba with significantly better hardware, better DAC, better amp, it really does punch way above its weight. It really does belong in maybe slightly more premium price bracket. Like I have a comparison between the Meze Alba OD200 and SimGot SM4. Have a look at that video if you'd like to, and of course, if you do want, if you're open to buying a review unit from me, let me know. I've got one up for sale. Um, and the other stuff you mentioned, the Kotori Audio Vampire, I have not tested. How is Moondrop Space Travel 2? I'm hearing good things from people, or at least there are reviews that are positive about it. I'm tempted to review it more than the OnePlus Buds 4 that won the vote recently on my community page. So I'll see. I'll figure it out. Hi, could you please suggest where I can get SimGot ET142 for delivery in Cal? Also, can you please suggest a good IM for vertical soundstage? Nilanjan, the ET142, I think, is sold by um, the folk at Headphone Zone. I'm not sure if Concept Card sells it, but if you're interested, I do think I have one that's up for sale. That's a review unit. Yeah, I do have a review unit that's up for sale. If you do want to buy it, let me know. Email me. It's been treated with a lot of love. Um, I've reviewed it, spent a lot of time with it, and really did like it. And you can email me if you want to pick it up. And yeah, it is a good performer at that price. Very good performer. Lucky, hi. Thank you for your suggestion. No problem. Atharva, hi. What's up? Also, guys, we're getting to the end of the live, and there's no contributions towards the goal. Nobody wants to use this stuff. I think I better tell YouTube. They've been always suggesting this goal thing for my life, so I've tried it for the first time today. Super chats or whatever it is. Yeah, cool. I think we're done. Yeah, for today, guys. Atharva, the OnePlus Buds 3 is fine. I mean, if you're a regular listener, if you're not an audiophile, I think it's a nice earphone to have. I don't like it myself because it's all OnePluses I've heard so far based on loudness. They just want big bloated bass. They want very loud tuning, which I find to be a little uh, too obnoxious sounding. So I've usually not liked what OnePlus has to offer, which is why I was not wanting to review the OnePlus Buds 4. But a lot of people are saying otherwise, that they've changed their tuning and their overall approach. Some people are saying that it is more, um, you know, Oppo style tuning. So I will be reviewing it this month. But the OnePlus Buds 3 is fine if you're into loudness and heavy bass. It's very capable when it comes to doing that. I do have an in-depth review over there for it, so you guys can check out that review and the few comparisons I've done. It is a nice set, and I really like that it's got that volume slider. It's a very cool option to have. Sakti, thank you. Yay! Finally, thank you. I got something today. One person has contributed toward the goal. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. And this will go towards helping the channel. Thank you. If you had 4K budget, then what would you go for? I'm looking for TWS. Um, so in that budget, well, Oppo is not available now. They've discontinued the 3. It's not available anywhere. 4K budget. Check and see if the Realme Buds have 5 Pros available. Let me see. Let's open Amazon. Realme Buds Air 5 Pro. Have they discontinued the 5 Pro? How sad. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. It's only the 6 Pro and the 7 Pro. Because that was a very good, genuinely. Um, I preferred it compared to the. Oh, Flipkart looks like it's got it. Uh, Check out the Realme Buds F5 Pro and my reviews. It is an older set of earphones, yes, but it was very well tuned. It was very close to sounding like the Oppo, and it had superb call quality as well on it. And you might be able to get it for the price you're looking at on Flipkart, or if there's some sale coming up or something. But I would recommend that over the 7 Pro, because the 7 Pro, they've gone a little crazy with the tuning. It's not a nice sounding set of earphones. Review Space Travel 2 with the earphone. Where can I get the Space Travel from? Is it available here in India? Space Travel 2. Oh, Audio Store seems to have. Does Audio Store have it? Linsole will take very long to come. First Gen is on Amazon. Moondrop Space Travel 2 sold out on Audio Store. Okay, I can't buy it from them. But yeah, I think I'll try and get my hands on it, because I mean, people are raving about it. I'll want to check it out. Under 3K from Chroma is a very good deal, because that is actually properly a set of earphones that should sit in the 5K plus range, 5 to 6, 5.5 to 6. Um, One thing I will recommend, if since you're buying it from Chroma and if they have stock, I will recommend Atharva. I will recommend that you ask them to show you the box you're buying and look for the manufacturing date. Try and make sure you get a newer manufacturing date, because chances are they'll try and push something that was manufactured maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago. If that is the case, chances are your battery might give up on you sooner than later. Try and get something that's newer. So if it were manufactured early 2025 or late 2024, that will be a better one to pick up. This is the advantage with buying from a store. Online, you just pick up something and you get what you get. There's nothing you can do about that, but you have that right if you're going to an offline store. So keep that in mind. No problem, Atharva. Cool. So, guys, if you want to gift anybody IEMs that I've reviewed that are available, it's down in the description. Please let me know if you want to do that. I have already sold a few things to some of my viewers, and all of them seem to be quite happy with their products. So if you are interested as well, my email can be accessed via the about page on my about section on my channel, which can only be accessed apparently through a web browser and not the YouTube app directly. So you'll have to go onto your computer, web browser, see my email, write to me saying which product you want, and then I have to send you a list of, terms and conditions of the sale and all that sort of stuff. So uh, let me know if you guys want to pick up something. It'll help. I'll use the money to help the channel. Thank you, Atharva, for your kind words. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I do what I can. I just try to help people with audio. It's a passion. It's something I enjoy, and I know it can bring a lot of people happiness. So I like to stick to what I'm doing. And I've been in this now for about 5 years. My channel's been online for, yeah, Feb made it 5 years, so it's moved on to about 5.5. And yeah, I have no intentions of stopping because I enjoy what I'm doing. Audio has always been a very true and personal thing to me. It's helped me through some of my very tough times, and it continues to do so. So it's just something I like sharing with people. If it can help somebody else, I'm happy to help in that way. Anyway, cool guys. Do we have any more questions? Anybody wants to throw anything at me, or should we call it a night? This goal thing, I don't think anybody knows about. Yeah, super chat. Only Sakti has accessed it. Anyway, cool then. I think if we're done, I'll close up. Atharva, yes, tell me. Sakti is the highest rated 150 XP on my channel. Okay, cool. I have a Bose soundbar 900 and I'm trying to buy a bass module. Should I buy 500 or 700? Atharva, I'm not too sure about their bass modules, but I presume the 700 has a larger driver. Um, the factor will be if you are listening to a soundbar and you're adding a subwoofer to your room, you need to figure out the size of your room first. Don't ever get a subwoofer that's too powerful for a small room. Uh, you're going to mess up everything. Your mids, highs, detail, clarity goes for a 6. So if you have a smaller room that you're listening to this speaker in, a smaller sub usually will get the job done. If you have a larger room, you need a bigger driver, of course, which is the larger one, which I presume is the 700, right? So uh, it's as simple as that. Don't get something that's too large for the room. You don't want an overpowered sub because that will mess up everything. Review CCA Trio. Okay, Pratmesh. I haven't checked out the CCA Trio. I'll see what that is. Akhil, hi. Is a listing of the audio products available currently? Yes, it is in the description right now. In this live, this video's description, you can check it out. 30 to 40K price difference. Again, that means it might be a larger, if not larger driver, it will definitely be more powerful. So, again, depending on your room size, you need to figure out which one will suit you better. Uh, Prabhav, better for nuanced music listening as using Soundcore Q20 or JBL. I have not done Q20i versus JBL. Let me just see which one this is. Soundcore. But I have tested, test tried a friend's Soundcore Q20i. Did I hear this one? No, I may not have heard this one. Um, 770. The tune 770 I've come to really like. In fact, when I did a comparison between the tune 770 and live 770, I preferred the tune because it was more nuanced. It was more sort of finer in its detail overall compared to the live. The live was more about loudness and bass. But having said that, I do know that Soundcore does some very good stuff. The stuff I've heard from Soundcore is good, but I can honestly say I've not heard the Q20i. I've not compared the Q20 and tune back to back, so I can't tell you for certain. But yeah, I really do like the Tune 770. It is a nice set of headphones, and I really do like Soundcore as well. Soundcore has, I know for a fact, I've not reviewed their stuff, but I know for a fact they stick to good build quality and good sound quality. They do have their principles set right, very certainly. So I will say that I'm on the fence because I can't really tell you what is what since I haven't tested it. Yeah, Tharva, you'll in fact maybe just measure out your room and go to Bose and tell them this is the size of your room and how much furniture you have, and basis that maybe they can guide you. But having said that, usually the guys I meet at Bose don't know shit about audio. The sales guys, they just they've been trained for some stuff, but they don't really know audio. They're just salesmen who might even move to a call center after they're done working there. You don't really find audio passionate people. Very rarely will you find them. So, yeah, your thought process is correct about room size and power. Maybe give it a demo if they've got. They usually have a demo room. Listen to the difference and try and assess it yourself. That's important to do. Another question I chat about my sim got 200 with DAC. Is Mears audio. Sure. Mears audio CK2V. What is that? Let me see. Maya audio. You're talking about an IEM. Both have same sound profiles, different can be recognized. Basically, more punching premium bass. I just changed the tip to P. Oh, okay. But isn't there a big price difference between the Mayas and the SimGod? Siddharth, I am using Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. I'm deciding to buy SimGod EW300 or Keyfind LG. What to go for? EW300 is a little more sparkle. It's a little brighter. The Keyfind LG is tuned to be warmer sounding. So if you like the sound of tubes, the Keyfind sounds like tubes. It's a sound I like. In fact, I really like the Keyfind. They've tuned it very well. It's very musical, but so is the EW300. But it does have the richness that the Keyfind doesn't, and that is because it is slightly brighter in its overall delivery. If you're into the whole sparkly stuff and you want that, you know, shimmers and sharpness to come through when you're listening to music, the EW300 is a better bet. But yeah, it depends on your preference which one you want. No problem, Akhil. No problem. So, guys, there we have it. I think that's the end of the live. We've not had too many people today. I guess today is a busy day for some other people. And who sent me Shakti? Thank you so much for that uh, little contribution you sent on the chat. It's very sweet of you. Yeah, one person helped towards the goal. Thank you so much for that. It'll help go towards helping the channel. Yeah, if you like richer sound, the Sim got. Yes, it will be nice for movies. You know that shimmer sparkle that you have with certain movies with things whipping around in action scenes or explosions, all that kind of stuff. Uh, if you're into that, it makes more sense to go for the Sim God over the Keyfind for sure. Anyway, cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And of course, remember the you can get my email from the about page. You need to log in to through a browser, and then I think there's a capture. You'll have to do that, and then you'll get my email address. And check out the things in the description. If you are interested, I will then communicate with you via email because there are some terms if you do want to buy these review units, and I'm happy to sell them because I'm just trying to make space in my studio, and the money will of course go towards helping the channel and keeping it going. No problems with that. Atharva, I use this the JBL. The JBL TuneBeam 2 is on my desk right now. In fact, I've got some other really nice stuff from JBL. What was that? That was the JBL Top Pro 3, something new that's very impressive in tech and sound. They've in fact made their own in-house balanced armature driver and put it into that. So I was very impressed to see that JBL has done something like that. They have nice stuff, but I always go to the JBL TuneBeam 2 because it's got a nice small compact case. It's easy to shove into my pocket. Very nicely tuned. It's not overly done in the bass. It's rich in the detail. It's a fun little set of earphones. I really do like it. It's a good performer. But anyway, cool. Thank you guys for coming for the stream. I hope I have another video out on Monday. I'm pushing for one review by a brand called TRN. They've sent me some cute stuff. They've got a um, They sent me wireless, not wireless. They've sent me the IEMs, and I've strapped them onto the wireless modules that they've sent. So this is something quite cool that's come from TRN. So it comes. These IEMs do come with wires, but they give this wireless thing you can buy as well, which is cool in case you want portability. So yeah, this is hopefully my next video that will hopefully come out on Monday if I manage to sit with it and uh, finish the edit over the weekend. And yeah, cool. I'll see you guys there. And thanks for being here. Happy listening and thanks for tuning in for some sound advice. See you guys. Happy weekend. Bye.